So today we have the Maono PM500, and this is an XLR microphone, condenser microphone, and it needs phantom power to work. So you're gonna need some sort of an interface to be able to use it. However, I've had it for quite some time. It was sent to me by Mono. I didn't review it till today because I wanted to make sure I tested, wanted to make sure I was actually happy with it. And yes, I am happy with it. And in this video, we're gonna take a deep look into it and see if this could be the right microphone for you, especially for your live streaming needs. So let's go. All right, welcome guys, my name is Sam. You're watching our production tips and tools. Now this is the microphone that you are going to enjoy when it comes to live streaming. Before I do any testing or anything, I have to say that I kind of love this microphone. Again, I've used some other Mono microphones, and what I actually have seen is Mono try to make the best sounding microphones or gear. They have good designs, but they do compromise a little bit on the quality. And I understand where they're coming from. I feel like they want to tailor to people who are on budget, creators who are on a budget, but who still want something that sounds good in terms of the quality. Even though the material sometimes is gonna be a little plasticky, you know, it's not gonna be wow. But I do appreciate their design. I think they have a good taste when it comes to design. When you buy this microphone, it's gonna come with this stand. In my opinion, you can use it, but eventually I would say try to change it. But also it's gonna come with the shock mount and this little pop filter that you can actually remove, no problem, just like so. I love the pop filter. It kind of looks fancy a little bit, and I kind of love it. And that's it. And you're gonna get the actual microphone. Now the microphone itself is a condenser microphone. At the same time, it's gonna need some phantom power, so make sure most of interfaces actually that you can get on the market, even like this is a pretty basic interface, it's gonna come with some sort of phantom power. So the 48 volts kind of switch on the back, and with that you're gonna be able to use this interface, no problem. Now I have the Vocaster ONE, my main interface that I use right now in my studio for recording. That's the one that can run the Shure SM7B without needing a booster, and this one is like $99 sometimes on Amazon, sometimes a little more than that, but sometimes on sale for $99, which I think in my opinion is actually a steal, especially if you want something like the Shure SM7B. But it can work with other microphones like this one, which is gonna be what we're gonna be using. Now to be clear, you can use this basic interface like this Behringer. This is the Behringer UMC22, pretty basic. It's got one input, hybrid input for a microphone or a line in, and you have another instrument input if you're a musician, and then you got all the controls and the, you know, the juicy stuff like, you know, headphones output, two outputs for your studio monitors if you have monitors. We're gonna be testing on my Vocaster, so nothing extra special. Either you get this interface or the Vocaster. Again, I'll say the Vocaster is probably gonna be better compared to this one, but if you don't have enough cash to get the Vocaster one, you can still get something pretty basic and it should work, except you may need to boost it maybe in your streaming software or in OBS to boost the gain a little bit, maybe if you need it. All right, so let's go ahead and actually switch to this microphone and see what it sounds like. Yeah, this is what the microphone sounds like. So I'm recording this video using Streamlabs and have a little denoise applied to it, but I have another copy of Adobe Audition, so I'm recording in Adobe Audition as well. In my opinion, the microphone, again, as a condenser microphone, this is not a dynamic microphone. I feel like it's doing a great job removing the background noise and everything. But also one thing that I like about it, when I speak through it, of course, because I'm monitoring myself, I just feel good. I feel good. I just feel like I'm powerful. I feel empowered. The voice is just good. It's got the bass, it's got the little bit of highs. It's kind of balanced. I feel like it's a little more bassy compared to something like the Shure SM7B or other microphones that I have in here. It's like a signature. It's something special that I love about this microphone. Of course, this is not gonna be the only factor or the only thing that we're gonna consider, but in my opinion, this microphone sounds really good if you're doing podcasting or voiceover voiceovers, I think you're gonna love this microphone. If you are into creating content, of course it's gonna be awesome. I'm not sure about maybe singing. I think you need a more neutral sound without any bassy kind of added to it. But other than that, you know, for content creation, I feel like this is great. Or live streaming, of course. We're gonna do some testing, of course, to check out the pop filter if it's doing a good job. So in my opinion, I feel like it's okay, but it's not wow. All right, I wouldn't say this is like perfect. All right, I think it's doing a good job, but it's not great. All right, I can still hear the pop 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 pop. I can still hear it if I make an emphasis on it. Right, pop 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 pop. But if I'm talking, like you're just talking, hey papi papi papi, hey, you know what I'm saying, papi papi papi, you're not getting it through. So I feel like if you're just talking normal, you're not gonna have any problem with the plosives, right? With plosives, right? With plosives, right? With plosives, right? With plosives, right? So in my opinion, it sounds good according to what I'm hearing in my headphones, unless you really scream into it or you just like poop, you know, and usually nobody does that, right? I know a lot of people care about keyboard and mouse clicks and stuff like that, so I'm gonna try to do some stuff here. Well, I'm clicking right now and I feel like I can hear it. Yeah, for that, if you want something that's gonna keep your mouse clicks and keyboard sounds away from your recordings, then I'll say this is not the mic for you. However, you can maybe apply some filters in OBS. In fact, with my recording in Streamlabs, I'm gonna listen to it and see if actually it removed the clicks and the keyboard typing and stuff. This is the audio with the light denoise applied to it from Streamlabs, and it's actually doing a good job. Again, this is a condenser microphone, so you cannot expect it to be as quiet as a dynamic microphone, okay? But you know, we had to do that test, at least you know. Another test that I want to do, I know a lot of people like to hear or like to see, is the proximity test. This is me speaking through the microphone super close, again with your interface. If you see that you're clipping, if you add a lot of volume or a lot of gain, for sure you're going to clip. This is me speaking like from 1 inch, and this is what it sounds like. And this is like something like 2 inch. This is what it sounds like for 2 inch, you know, from the pop filter. This is like 3, 4, 5, 6 inch maybe. Of course, I'm gonna need to add a little bit of gain to be able to have a decent sound, but you know, because the signal is going a little low. But this is me at this distance, which is really far from the microphone, and this is super far from the microphone. So as you can see, the closer you get, the better sound you're gonna get. Of course, the microphone is gonna give you the best quality because it's getting your voice. So in my opinion, this is the ideal distance. You don't want to be super close. So say 3-4 inch is gonna give you the best, the most balanced sound ever, without having to have the mic almost into your mouth. Another thing is, of course, we're gonna check if I turn it around a little bit. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Speaking from the side, as you can see, I'm losing the signal a little bit, and then speaking from the other side, as you can hear, the sound is kind of weird. Speaking from this side and speaking from this side, still weird. But because it's a condenser microphone, again, you can still hear me. You can get a little bit of my voice from the back as well. But again, the best sound, you're really going to get it if you speak directly into the capsule. That's where you're gonna get the best sound from this microphone. Would I recommend this microphone? Absolutely. I feel like this is an amazing mic. Again, I would say for starting out, you're probably gonna get the full kit. You're gonna be okay. It still comes with the cable, an XLR cable, so you're gonna be okay to kind of get a full kit and kind of go live, start live streaming or creating content with it without any issue, and it's gonna sound good. I'm not applying any processing, any EQ. In my opinion, it's already EQ and it's already kind of processed. Just make sure you don't clip, just watch your volume, your gain, that's it. Make sure you have, you know, a good balanced gain, that's it. And make sure you have phantom power on because it's gonna require that. Oh, another thing that I did not test was the just to keep quiet to see if we can get some noise through. Well, In my opinion, it sounds really quiet. There's not a lot of noise coming through. Again, it would depend on your studio. So if your studio is super noisy, of course it's gonna have a little bit of noise coming through. Again, for my studio, it's kind of quiet, so I'm okay. I don't have any issues. All right, so you want to make sure you keep your studio as quiet as possible, but you know, sometimes it's super hot and you need some AC running, so I understand. So you're probably gonna need something like the Shure SM7B or another microphone that's actually good for keeping out some sort of background noise. So the question is this worth the money? In my opinion, because right now it's listed at $149 on Amazon by the time I record this video, I feel like it's worth it. I feel like the microphone sounds really, really good compared to the Shure SM7B, which is gonna cost you almost $500, and you're gonna have to invest in an interface and stuff like that. This microphone for $150, I think it's worth it. Either you're starting out or you are an experienced content creator or streamer, I would recommend you get an interface, something like the Vocaster ONE. I feel like the Vocaster ONE is a good kind of mid-range interface instead of getting this basic interface. I mean, even if you get this basic interface for like, you know, around $50 or $60, you can still use this microphone no problem. You don't need to get any gain booster or something. However, if you feel like in the future you may end up upgrading to something like the Shure SM7B, then having the Vocaster ONE will be more beneficial, because the Vocaster ONE has more gain that can power this mic, and it can also power the Shure SM7B in case you have to upgrade. All right, so that's my recommendations. I'm gonna leave links to this microphone, the Vocaster ONE, and this other interface that I will actually recommend, you know, if you are on a budget. If you want to check them out, of course, if you have questions or you have been using this microphone and loved it, let me know down below. However, dealing with an XLR microphone, sometimes it could be time consuming and more expensive, of course, because you have to buy an XLR mic and then get an interface. So if you want to keep things simple, getting a USB microphone could be probably what you need. Who knows? I've got a cheap mono microphone that sounds really, really good. It's actually under $30 sometimes on Amazon. But if you're not sure if you need an XLR or a USB microphone, I've got a video here to help you decide.